What's up, y'all? Y'all, Jordan here. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull up just to make sure that we're good. We are good to go. Y'all, so yesterday we kind of made a ladybug wreath, and y'all, I remembered that I think the ladybug sign came in a subscription box, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was from like July or August of 2021, and I think that those signs was a bumblebee, a ladybug, and a rooster, if I'm not mistaken, y'all. But I'm gonna give y'all the SKU number just in case y'all can find it online. MD0673 is for the bumblebee. Okay, so y'all, I don't know what happened, but I think I ordered the wrong size of grapevines. I thought I ordered 14-inch grapevines, and I've received 12-inch grapevines. So they're really small grapevines, but they can pack a big punch, y'all. They really can. Once you add florals and ribbon and attachments to it, that 12-inch grapevine can be a really big, pretty sized wreath. Okay, so I am using this bumblebee attachment that came in that subscription box a few months ago, and I don't have any more cable tie mounts, but that's okay because DecoExchange sells this really nifty tool. It's a metal hole punch, and I want to attach this sign to this grapevine wreath. And notice, like on my grapevine wreath, right here, right in this general area is where I want to put my florals and my ribbon. And the reason why I want to put it there is because it's a little chunkier, like a lot more. It's a little bit it's got a little bit more grapevine to it than up here in this top corner. Okay, so I'm just gonna attach this. I want to attach this sign, but I want to be very careful where I punch that hole. So I'm going to just punch that hole right there in between his little legs and his body. So it's really hidden. It's not visible that much. I'm also using a coordinating pipe cleaner. Okay, I'll come through. I'll just attach that to my grapevine. Perfect, just where I wanted it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to twist that around the grapevine. Then I'm going to come through and I'm going to attach my other pipe cleaner. I want to make sure that I go through the grapevine and not just around the grapevine. I like to make sure I hide all of my mechanics. And mechanics are your wire, your zip tie, whatever it may be. I want to make sure that I hide all that, so it's really not that visible. This grapevine is a little tight up here at the top. So there we go. Got it going through. Okay. Good morning, y'all. Y'all, it's still like 20 something degrees outside, but the sun is shining, the snow is melting, so we'll see what our temperature gets to today. It got down to like 13 degrees last night. Last I looked at it. Okay, so y'all, that's what we have so far. Our wreath, and I want to add some florals coming up and some florals coming down on that grapevine. Okay. I'm gonna clean off my work here, and I just chose just different picks and stems that I had. Some yellow 60919, some daisies, just a bunch of different stems. Now some of these did come from DecoExchange and some of them didn't come from DecoExchange. So just type in the word like bee or bumblebee and you should be able to pull up some decor if they have any in stock. Okay, so on my bow, I'm not gonna make a big bow. I kind of want just a loop and some tails for that. So it's kind of like a half bow. That's what I call it, like a half bow. It's really just tails, loops, and tails. That's really all it is, y'all. Okay. So just making a tail, pinch, loop, pinch, and twist. Even though I'm still making just a half bow, I still make sure and I do that pinch and twist, y'all. So I kind of have like a thing going on here. I kind of want this to feel like the bees like coming out of the flowers and whatever else I add to it. Now, I'm glad you're enjoying these tutorials. We've got a whole lot more coming through. You know, some days it might just be making bows. Some days it might be making a wreath. Whatever it may be. I'm just glad y'all are enjoying them. I'm enjoying doing it. Okay. Yo, and I love the look on the wings. It's that gingham pattern. So I brought that in. And I also brought in some yellow and some swirls. So the swirl ribbon reminds me of like, if you see like cartoons and you always see like a fly or like a bug and you see a little swirl behind it. That's what I like that. That's why I chose that ribbon. Make a tail. Pinch. Oh, okay. I must have pieced two ribbon spools together. I think that's exactly what I did because I knew I had only a little bit of this ribbon left. So I just put it together on one spool. So that's what we're just doing, y'all. Just making like a half bow. Now I'm going to come through with some yellow ribbon. And y'all, let me tell you something about this half bow. If you have scraps of ribbon, like ribbon that you don't have a lot on the, that's not enough to complete like a full deco mesh wreath or a full grapevine wreath. Y'all, this is the perfect way to use that ribbon. That way it just doesn't go to waste. Let's see. What do I have? I thought I had a roll here that only had a little bit. So y'all, look, this roll right here only has a little bit of ribbon in it. Okay? There's not very much. There's not enough for the 18 ribbon tails that I'm going to use. There's not enough to make the entire bow. But I can use it as part of this half bow. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that. Add a little whimsy to it. And I'm going to put that in the back. But there's not very much left on that. There's still some left on it, but there's not a lot left on it at all. Okay. So I'm going to get me a zip tie and a pipe cleaner. Get my pipe cleaner right where my middle finger is. Set that right in there. Make sure that I'm getting all of those ribbon tails and loops to there we go. Just cinching that completely closed. And notice some loops and tails are going different directions. And now that's exactly what I want. Okay? And even though we added that 1.5 inch ribbon in the back, we're able to still bring that up to the front somewhat. So now I'm going to just attach this bow right here on that grapevine on the lower right hand corner. I'm right-handed and I don't know what it is. It might just be because I'm right-handed, but when I make a bow or something, it always goes towards the right hand side. And then like on a grapevine, it's normally on the left hand, the upper left hand side of that grapevine wreath. Okay, so y'all, this is a great way to use not only your scraps of ribbon, but also if you want to make multiples, this is a great way to do it. Y'all, look how much longer that wreath already looks, and it's just a 12-inch wreath. And all we added in was just some ribbon, and we've made our tails long. Now I am going to go through and I am going to start dovetailing my ribbon, you know, like the great words of Tammy, fold it like a taco, cut towards the sunshine. In most cases. Some cases I kind of just do what I want to. Now you'll notice I am cutting these towards the edge because I would rather only cut that much off than have a long tail like this and cut it up to right here when really I needed a long tail up to about right here. So I always make sure that whatever amount of ribbon I'm cutting off, that I can still, that it still offers me some kind of way that if I needed to add length, I could. That I still needed that added length. Good morning, y'all. So just going ahead and dovetailing those pieces of those ribbons. And this is what we have so far. Now you can use this exact same kind of pattern, recipe, whatever it may be, on about any size of grapevine. Okay, so now look how pretty that looks, just like that. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in some filler flowers. Y'all know at here at DecoExchange we love our 60919 in all the colors. So I chose the color yellow. Y'all, there's a pin on the floor. Better pick that up before I stab myself with it, because I will not be a happy camper when that happens. Okay, so just kind of fluffing out my 60919. I'm kind of eyeballing it to see if I need to cut that second stem, and I don't believe I do. Let's see. Nope, I sure don't. That's perfect. So just cutting that right below where all of the stems gather, coming through with some hot glue. And now I'm going to go right back up under that bow. And I'm able to maneuver and manipulate some of these stems to come back towards the bottom of that bow. Yeah, it's funny that I'm making a bumblebee wreath and I'm allergic to bees. So taking the wires and just curling them up. So now that's what our first stem looks like. Look how pretty that looks. just adding in that one stem. Y'all, when we talk about 60919, we really talk about how versatile and how filling it is. Y'all, that was just one stem. One stem, and that's it. Okay, so next, I do want to add another one. Just making sure I kind of fluff all that out. Now I'm going to bend this one just a little bit. Not too much, not too much of a bend, but I'm going to bend it. And now I'm going to come back right underneath that bow, underneath the bee, on the left hand side. I'm going to stick this into that grapevine. And I'm going to tell y'all, I have to cut that longer piece off for now. Yo, so Tuesday through Friday at 11 a.m. I'm here on YouTube, and then at 2 p.m. I'm live on the DecoExchange Facebook page. So either one of those times you can find me there. So I cut that stem off just because I needed to be able to push that in just a little bit further than where it was sticking out on this side. Now I am loving this because look how pretty that looks just with that 60919. Okay. So just love the way that looks. I am gonna go ahead and add some more little picks. These are some bees. Now I don't know if DecoExchange has these, but I'm gonna give y'all the SKU anyways, just in case y'all want to look and see who might have them. But it's a bee spray, and it's 63067 YWBK. And on this stem, I'm going to just go ahead and separate it. Okay, so now I'm going to come through and I'm going to attach these bees to that grapevine, kind of making them look like they're kind of just, buzzing around. Absolutely love how this is looking. Where's my third one? There it is. I'm going to tuck in this little honeycomb pick. Now look how cute that is. And the SKU on this one is 63156 YWBK. Yeah. Thought I was telling y'all the same number twice. I was like, wait, that number looks familiar. It's not. So sometimes in some instances, I'm a whole stem person. You know, like we stuck the whole stem of the yellow 60919 in there first. And then on the second stem, we had to cut it just a little bit. But I always like to separate picks like this because sometimes they don't always place the picks in the right area. So it's kind of like pine cones. When you work with pine cones, they're always in the worst spot possible. They're always down. Like if it's on a piece of greenery, let's see. Do I have? So like, let's say this is a pine branch, y'all. That pine cone is always like right here, versus where it should be somewhere up here. So sometimes they always put picks and pieces in the most awkward spot. So that's why I always try to separate, especially picks like this. Okay, so I'm going to come back through and kind of just play around with it. See. That's a little too low. Oh, that's perfect. And I want to come back through just with my hot glue. I want to apply some hot glue to that stem. Good morning, y'all. Okay, so let's save those tags so in case I need to go back and order some, I can. Now these are just cute little bumblebees. I think I need one coming down towards the bottom here. So I'm going to just trim this stem. Come back behind that bow, that ribbon, stick that into that grapevine. And kind of just bend that stem. Okay. So y'all look how cute that little bumblebee wreath is. That's funny. I'm a Disney fan. I love Disney movies. And all I think of when Zazu is like, the buzz from the bees. And then from Aladdin, be yourself. So I'm a big Disney fan. So y'all look how cute that wreath. And there's minimal product. All we added was one sign, some ribbon, two stems, and then two bee stems, honeycomb. Y'all look how cute this is. So you really wouldn't think that that's a 12-inch grapevine. Now I'm going to turn it around to show y'all that the back of it isn't that dirty to begin with, but also to show you that your sign isn't really hanging off the edge on that back. Yes, like you see where the grapevine ends, that's how much it's hanging off, but that works perfectly because a lot of it's already inside this grapevine. And you see where I attached it, right up here, right here, and you know, just kind of buzz. He's kind of just buzzing around. But y'all, like, you wouldn't believe that that's a 12-inch wreath. So from top to bottom, and I measure it with the ribbon tails, It's about 25 inches tall by, let's see, 10, about 15 inches wide. From about right here, about 16 inches wide. So 24 by 16. And y'all, that's a pretty nice sized wreath for your door. I absolutely love this. This came out really, really cute. And I always end up doing this a lot of the time. About 99% of the time, I always pick out more than what I need. And that's 100% okay, because you just never know when you're going to need some Gerber daisies or some black and white spiral sprays. So I always choose more than one.com or learnfromdamon.com. One of those two links will take you to all the information you need about joining the creative coaching group. But I always end up with a project, and I always pull out all of this stuff just because I don't want to be like, hold on, let me go get this, or hold on, let me go get that. So I know it's a question that people always ask me. They're like, why do you pull so much stuff if you're not going to use it? That's just the way I am. I would rather have it than not have it. Okay? But I can tell you, like, I could have made another bee wreath with the little extras that are there. Okay? But this is really all I have for y'all. Tuesday through Friday at 11 a.m. I'm here on YouTube, live on YouTube. And then at 2 p.m. Central. So 11 a.m. Central Standard Time here on YouTube. And then at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on the DecoExchange Facebook page. If you follow either one, if you follow just YouTube, you'll catch me Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And then you'll catch me on the DecoExchange Facebook page at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay? So and even if you don't have this sign, DecoExchange prints their signs in-house. And I believe this is a 10-inch. Yes, this is a 10-inch sign. And even though it would cover a lot of it, but look how cute that would look tucked in right there. And you know what I would change out? I would change out the bees, and I would put some sunflowers. But a 10-inch sign fits really well on the 12-inch wreaths. Even this one. Nice hey y'all sign. So if you don't have the bee sign, you can always look up the word bee on DecoExchange, and it should bring up a bunch of different signs. Like I said, but that's really all I have for y'all today. So I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.